We are live.
Let's see here. We are indeed.
So it's just my computer. I thought the whole internet was broken, man.
The entire internet's just gone forever.
I
Are
thought
you in this evening, Tree Void?
I thought the whole internet was down.
Probably true.
I guess I could pull up. I can pay attention to Twitch chat this time.
Oh, I don't have a raw life picture.
It's Kenpachi Zaraki.
Send me a fucking
Captain.
picture.
He's the captain of the 10th Gote 13 squad.
Maybe I should change my profile picture to Tosin. Rotten, I'm kidding.
Tosin's fine, I guess.
Yeah, the blind man.
Probably give me a picture, or else it's gonna be.
You do have a picture of Jacked, right, Tamegi?
Yeah.
You think I just keep a bunch of different pictures of Kenpachi Zaraki on my phone at all times?
Yes.
Bingo! Coming at you right now. Absolutely,
well, I'm not one to brag, but I have a decent amount of Jack pictures.
God.
You imagine that? Like, my freaking girl picks up the phone, and then it's like, who the fuck is it?
Kenpachi is my background on my phone.
Why do I hang out with you?
Becca knows who Kenpachi is by name. Like, she's aware of. She knows about us.
I see.
Yeah. So, reality theories in chat. XCal, Comelo, Noti Gang, Tree Void. How you doing, friend? We had some technical issues, but
So I was looking in my pictures folder, and it turns out I actually did have your picture saved on my computer, but I couldn't find it because I didn't save it as rawlife.png. I saved it as weeblife.png.
Okay, that's
fine, actually true. That's like 100% true. I swear.
Don't make the same mistake again. Yoshi Pasta, got a bone to pick with you, friend. No, I'm just kidding. I saw your list of the best. I saw your list of the best DFFOO shows. There was one glaring omission, the fucking best one. So, thanks for hanging out, but don't make that same mistake again. Okay. Okay. All right, Founder. How you doing, Founder?
Hey, good evening, Founder. It's been a while. Hope everything's well with you, man.
XCal, we're going to talk about the new stage. We got opinions. Strong opinions. I got to go get beer before we start. Are we almost ready?
I was just getting some.
I got a beer in hand ready.
Yeah, I mean, I have some opinions on this new stage as well. Everybody's got an opinion. Mine's the right one.
Talking about this new stage?
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll save it for the show, but...
Yeah.
I think my opinion is everybody should agree for me. The first time we got a -3...
There's definitely a lot of positives about this, I will say that. There is some concerns, or I guess some cons, but I think in this case the pro definitely outweighs the cons for what I have to say.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'm back with my beers.
Welcome back.
Long time no see. Alright, are we ready to start the show?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready to.
Wait, do you have
when the song ends. I won't know when the song ends because
I don't have the song. You've never sent it to me. We talked about this.
Oh, Christ Jesus. This is why Yoshi P left.
Well, you'll know when the song ends.
He would have put us on the list if we were professional.
You'll know when the song.
We are perfectly professional. It's just that 5 minutes before we're supposed to start streaming, Raw Life is like, my computer's not working.
I sent
And
a picture. I sent a
so
picture. Proof.
yeah, I
But
know.
yeah, you'll know when it ends because some Maggie talks after it ends, and yeah.
So I had to
She doesn't have it.
jump in. Isn't it in like your inbox? Like
Yeah, it's in my
your
DMs from
DMs?
Bl'Art. It's my DMs from Bl'Art, but we
Send it
talk
to me.
all day, every day, nonstop.
Now, if it was up
Best
to me,
friends.
you know, you
Use
just
the
play
search
Otherworld.
feature.
You just play Otherworld, and then before it starts with the lyrics, you're like, "All right, guys, live stream."
Hold on. Listen first, but I think this is okay. Copy link. How do I do the internet here? Send it over to Maggie. We got.
All right.
Fuck! It's like a link. It's like a link to the.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay. Okay. We try again.
Should we just start the show or?
No, of course not. We need our riffs. Nah, if this doesn't work, we'll just start the show without the pomp and circumstance.
Was that supposed to be anything that you just sent me? You just sent me the word here.
Oh yeah, well that's all it was. Then it just worked. All right, welcome to the live stream number 36. Everything so far has gone exactly to
All right.
plan. We were gonna bust out some new stuff tonight, and everything's going great. So welcome.
Yo.
We are live. We had a little bit of a technical issue before the show. My computer exploded. It burst into flames, and there was shrapnel everywhere. And I'm fine, but I don't have my computer's not working. So Maggie, in her infinite wisdom, is hosting the show for us. So
That's show business.
that's show business, baby. So unfortunately, we won't be able to see my phenomenal gameplay tonight. I know everyone's incredibly disappointed. Trust me, I'm disappointed too. But when you can't watch Michael Jordan shoot basketballs, it's not that bad to watch Scottie Pippen shoot basketballs, right? Scottie Pippen, how we doing, so Maggie?
I'm doing all right. Typical Monday stuff. I basically spent my day at work. Then I did a couple. I reported a run of this new event actually, which you can find on my YouTube.
Oh, you posted a run.
Did because
Phenomenal. That's how we
I
became
enjoyed it.
friends. That's how we became friends, from your cool runs on your YouTube. You guys go check out Maggie's YouTube. Blind Eye is with us as well as Bl'Art continues his extended paternity leave. Blind Eye, talk to the people.
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right and had a fantastic Monday.
Yeah, we got some people in chat. Jojo the Cold, how you doing? Lil Mex, Yoshi. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We are gonna be doing some Let's Plays tonight. We're gonna start doing a little different, spice it up a little bit. When characters come out, if we have them, instead of just going over them a little bit, we figured, hey, we could show you how it's done. Luckily, so Maggie's gonna be showing you how it's done tonight, so you'll actually get to see how it's done from a skilled professional.
You get to be the guinea pig, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. So am I starting with like co-ops or am I just going right into it?
You could do a co-op for a little bit while we talk about what we missed. Maybe I could join your co-op. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. I don't think I'm friends with like nearly as many people as you are, so do the new co-op.
Yeah, I add people.
Oh wait, no, I don't have any link bells.
Oh my god. Okay, all right, we'll get right into it.
All right.
So from now on, when new stuff comes out, if we have the character, we're gonna try to do like a kind of like a synergy run through. Obviously, the fights are built for the new characters, so instead of just talking to you about what the characters do or what we like about them, we're gonna show you what they do while they're in their best synergy environment. So since last week, what's happened? We got In a Crow, right? The night after we streamed.
Yeah, I believe it was the following night. Maybe it was the night after. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it was the night after, yeah.
She came with a Lufania Plus.
Debatably, but yeah.
I don't remember. I honestly, gun to my head right now, I could not tell you what it was.
There was a book.
Oh, the
It
book that
was
opens.
the Toon World, yeah, Toon World Lufenia Plus.
Yeah, it's a
Toon World. Yeah, it's
good
a
good
book
reference.
that opens and closes, and I think I fought some of those in Final Fantasy 5 or 4. They all run together.
I
Honestly.
mean, I remember fighting a bug last time in a card game, but that's besides the point.
Was Chateau Delusion?
Oh, and he
Centurion.
brought his. Oh yeah, he brought his little guys with him, and you couldn't kill him. So just whoever you want to run with Inacro, whatever would make Inacro. Wait, do you have Inacro?
I do.
Oh, perfect. Whoever you think would work best
All
to
right.
showcase her talents.
So while I build a team, you guys talk about what Anacro does. Let the
Yeah.
people know.
Blind Eye, did you pull Inacro?
I did. I think she's a fantastic character. I don't feel like anybody needs her, to start off. But her main selling point, right, is that whenever she uses any skill that isn't her skill one, she summons a Gundam. That Gundam has 200% HP damage cap up and is ridiculous. That thing caps on basically anything. She does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, she suffers from not having a BT, and that's gonna be clear as we start getting these like LD DPS characters that they have a very good kit, like Alice, Papa Limo, even Sid. Not Sid Reigns, but I mean Sid Reigns is fantastic, but regular Sid has like a very good kit. It's just they suffer for not having a BT or just not being unique enough to really matter. And yeah, she's good. I'm having fun with her. Raw, what's up with you? Did you pull for Anna? What do you think about her?
Of course, I pulled for Anna. I'm pulling for everyone because I have to get rid of all these tickets because we don't hoard tickets over here. We don't hoard tickets.
It's true.
So through tickets, I got her. I used her in this fight just to see what she does, and just pretty much big Gundam god damage, which I like. I didn't blue her armor. I heard that obviously as a main DPS, blue armor is going to help her, but I would rather not. I don't know how much I'm going to use her. Ooh, she's got the ultimate weapon on Samegi's team.
I do have a 2 out of 5 unique ultimate weapon, so
we'll get to see her at
not full capacity, but this is
high.
This is, I think, a team will show some big numbers.
I did forget to mention, but I did blue her, and I have a 0 out of 5 unique weapon, so I think she's great.
Pop this or that. Yeah, so I actually really like the comparison Blind I made to a Sid Highwind. I think that they kind of are similar in a lot of ways, in that they have very powerful EX and LDs. Their base skills are nothing to write home about, really, nothing too special. But the big thing with both of them is that they do not easily cap on those attacks, right? Like Sid Highwind's got the 11 dumps or whatever on his EX, but without some pretty hefty support, you're not going to be hitting those ceilings. So I've actually built a team here, which is going to try and get Encro to her ceiling. And what I'm doing is I'm stacking Brave Floors. So Ursula gives the party 20% M Brave Floor, and Rem's one-turn buff gives them an additional 30% M Brave Floor. So she will never drop below 50% of her max Brave on her big attacks, so we're going to see some pretty big damage.
Phenomenal. Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
This fight has an orb, technically. This fight... Okay, yeah. So we can talk about this fight more when we're actually playing it, but this fight is horrible. I think this fight is complete garbage.
Oh, I hate
this fight does not do anything. Probably the biggest issue is that the orb doesn't go down on your turns, right?
Yeah, this fight just does nothing.
So
genuinely, absolutely nothing.
You can Zidane turn delete it, and the orb will stay at 8.
Yeah, that's actually what I did. I brought Zidane carried, obviously. I didn't use Inacro. I lied. I used Ramza. Ramza, Cypher, and Zidane just absolutely destroyed it. Turn denial. They never got a turn. I just blew him down. I burned him down. But Zidane kind of showing his age a little bit. Hurt my feelings. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
Leviax, shout out Leviax, the true Final Fantasy IX king. He used in the fight we're about to talk about, the next fight. He used Zidane, Garnet, and Kuja. So shout him out. But Zidane's getting a little old here, so I don't want to talk about my run. Blind Eye, who did you use?
For my initial run, I used Anna. Oh, excuse me. Anna Crow, Rem, and Ramza. And I like the pairing with Anna and Rem specifically, and then Ramza. I mean, Ramza just makes everybody ridiculous. A very good investment.
Yeah,
the fight was a joke.
Yeah, this fight does
Ramza
nothing.
feels really good right now. But this fight doesn't fight back, and you can just what some girl's about to do right here is just absolutely murder it, nuke it
Yeah,
down.
we're not gonna see a whole lot of boss doing anything here.
This fight, oh my, there was so much red flags with this fight, honestly. Like, there was this big attack where it, like, zooms in and everything, and I think it, like, meteors you, right?
Yeah,
And
it
then
does
you're
delay
like,
you
oh
like
my...
one turn.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, it's an HP attack. No, just kidding. So, like, I don't know what the hell is going on when it comes to fights like this.
It doesn't inspire. It doesn't do anything. This fight's nothing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit of a Rem showcase here.
Rem is great.
What blue
Like,
Rem with
people
5 out of 5
love-
ultimate weapon can do.
This is the apex rim. Right
Yeah.
here, what you guys are watching, this is the best rim can do.
I mean, but there's no
Best Rem
BT,
in
so
the-
you know, could be better.
That's true. True.
Yeah, we got Ursula here. I think Ursula's awesome. One of my sort of favorite recent new characters we've gotten. I love the way her kit plays.
You know, I was really downplaying Ursula, like, before she came out, obviously, right? And then, like, I downplayed her, I got her, and I feel like she's amazing. Like, I take back everything I said about her. I've been using her so much.
Oh, this guy gets an HP shield.
Thresholds.
Yeah, twice. It's gone
Yeah,
already,
never
but it existed.
It was melted.
There
Like, this
was an
boss
HP shield.
has- This boss has gimmicks. It's just it's too frail to
Just
even
doesn't do
be
anything.
bothered. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a perfect storm of poor fight design, where you can literally ignore the orb just because it doesn't go down in your turns. So it's a whole nother step below the typical bad fights we get because you just don't have to do anything but delay, delete, or whatever you want to keep it from moving. If you have
Do you want to see some big
boss turn,
numbers?
boss turn fear or anxiety, it just sits there and lets you destroy it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm gonna do something dumb here and brave attack.
Why would we ever brave attack? We're gonna find out.
I said it was dumb. No, bad luck. I needed one more turn. I was going to try to do a really, really big launch.
And
show
the
the
guys,
people.
the ads don't ever get hurt, right? They heal themselves no matter what you
Yeah,
do.
No,
they
they
just
heal
heal back
themselves,
up.
but if they get turned, they kind of don't do anything.
Really?
They give the boss a brave shield that's like 15k. Alright, there we go. There's the 3.3 million damage launch. That's what I was going for.
Anna Crow is broken. She's broken.
Yeah, she's just too strong.
She has transcended the 1 million trio. Now she's part of the 3 mil.
She's the
Should we even call it a
proprietor
trio?
of the 3 million, the triple millionaire club.
Yeah, the 3 million trio.
Yeah, this fight is just an example of how bad it can get. So,
Yeah, this fight's garbage.
So should we talk about the other character that was featured with Anna, guys?
Oh yeah, Reno is here.
who?
Reno, we got a C90.
Yeah, he got a
Reno's
rework and a C90, man.
Oh yeah, I have to do that. I have to do the C90 the quest for him. Whatever the fuck it's called, the mission.
Yeah, that was 1.2 million launch, but there was also a like 400k HP shield involved. So
Yeah.
And the orb goes away, like as if you're super nervous about the orb. It goes away too. So like, I just don't know what
were they thinking with this fight?
So what about this goes with Inacro's kit? Like, what about this shows off Inacro?
The orb, I guess.
Yeah, the orb.
Because it's,
So,
it's
orb
plus.
doesn't go down.
No, so the way the orb works is it's +5 if you do 500k HP damage and holy, and it's +5 if you do plus 500k and dark. She hits both elements.
Yeah.
That's it.
So like, have you guys used Reno at all ever since he?
I used him for his ultimate mission. God, he's not good.
Yeah.
He's in the game.
His LD hits hard. His LD hits hard at least. 4 uses.
His LD and EX both feel pretty good.
Yeah.
He has other buttons too, unfortunately.
Well, if you're a big time Reno fan, he's got C90 now.
There's another 3 million damage launch.
You can throw your 5/5 dagger. Doesn't he have?
I did throw my 5/5 dagger on him.
That's so
Yeah,
weird.
he has a dagger.
Why?
Even though he uses a baton.
Yeah.
But I guess batons are classified as daggers, right?
Yeah,
like huge axes are classified as great
swords.
So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, clearly.
So another interesting gimmick with Enacro in particular is that she has a 20% chance at the end of every turn of just instantly filling her EX up.
Yeah.
So if you're a good player, she'll fill her EX every time.
Exactly.
Actually, it was kind of funny. There was
I haven't gotten it at all this run.
There was one run where like I popped her C65 and like she charged up her EX and literally she got her EX back to back like 5 times. I'm over here like, yo, like I'm gonna need to like use the LD to maintain her buff. And when it comes to buff management for Anna, she realistically only has 1 buff to manage, and her skill 1 and her LD are the only source of that happening. Her skill 1 is pretty mediocre though, so yeah.
Her skill 1 is just for the Imperil.
Yeah,
I mean, if you'll notice, I've pressed her skill 1 0 times so far.
Well, we can't tell which order it is because which one is skill 1 because the damn skill order you have. What the fuck is going on? What is that?
I kind of did mess with her skill order a lot because I was running her in co-ops, so I just put Cyan Call at the top, so I would have to scroll less in co-ops.
ADHD kicking in.
I support that actually.
Roz like ADHD is kicking in with your skill.
Yeah, Rog doesn't like my skill order, and that's okay.
I hate skill orders that are not the correct skill order because there is a correct skill order canonically. So I hate when it's not correct.
By orb. Again. We still haven't seen the ads take a single turn. Oh wait, it did something. Oh, it delayed us.
It opened.
That was...
And then killed its own ads. And then
was
said,
underwhelming.
Guess been schlicked. Damn, I should have gave this thing turns. That was sick. Guess been schlicked.
I'm just gonna keep just melting him. I finally can press this EPS again. It's been so long.
Well, we didn't really say how to use Inacro, but how do you use Inacro? I mean,
you press your EX and LD, and you don't press any other buttons ever because you have good luck and the EX procs every time.
It's that simple. Get going.
No. So, my actual thing about Enacro is team building is super important. Like you saw those 3 million damage launches and stuff. That's not happening without something to get her to the cap. Like typically she hits for about 50% of her HP cap on like the big LD and stuff without like extra support. So you're gonna want to pair with like Brave Floors, Brave Retention, like Kate Sith, Brave Gain kind of thing. Like something just for her to actually be able to reach that floor. She obviously also loves like characters like Ramza or Garnet to just give her that huge HP damage up and HP cap, all that stuff. And also, I think Rem is probably one of the best characters in the game that you can pair with her because it gives her that brave floor, and her EX and LD have low turn rate, so Enacro delays herself, but you can just swap her turn rate back up with Rem and keeps nuking.
I agree with that. And I think Rem is amazing with Enacro. Because one thing to note is everything, well, outside of her skill 1, delays her as well. So Rem brings her turns back up for doing it. Because those skills have low turn rate. So she pushes her turns back a bit.
Yeah, and we should mention Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Lloyd?
Lloyd for the instant EX charge, for sure.
Yeah, Lloyd is another teammate. He can get the EX up all the time, blah, blah, blah. So...
Yeah, because her EX charge is super slow by default.
And it also deletes the enemy's turns too.
It does.
Like that's some pretty nice utility it has.
Oh, when Enacro does it, it's nice. When Zidane does it, nobody cares. Okay, so...
Well, it's because Enacro does damage.
Okay, alright, let's move on. Let's move on. So that's how Enacro works. That's how that fight worked. It was horrible. It was miserable. Nobody liked it.
This is like the epitome of just garbage time to me. Like, I ran 2 different teams here. I never saw the boss do a damn thing.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah,
seeing him do Lectin split right there.
It delayed my whole team.
Yeah, that was the first time I've seen him do anything.
I know this fight, like, it's called an elegant coffee break. This was the fight where it was like you wake up, you smell the coffee, and it's like, damn, yo, we're in garbage time.
Yeah, this is garbage time supreme.
But then we got a special treat, a nice little treat. Squex said, "Hey, you want some mechanics?"
Oh yeah,
got some mechanics. How about a bunch of mechanics all at once? We got a global exclusive. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. What is it? Cloudy with a chance of Meteor. Cloudy with a chance of Meteor. So, with this fight, we got Charlotta's C90, Charlotta's LD, and we got Selfie, got her C90. So, this is the main meat and potatoes of the discussion tonight, is this fight. We'll go talk about the characters a little bit. Charlotta, you know what she does. She does even more brave hoarding shenanigans now.
Do you know what she does? I'm not sure that you do.
She stores a bunch of brave above her head, and then she drops it all at once, and she doesn't do brave hits. So
she actually does have brave hits on her HP plus.
On her Chuck staff.
Yes.
So if you're not trying to use brave hits, if some fight ever came up that was like, hey, don't use brave hits, it would be most of her buttons would feel good. Oh, wait! That's what they did. That's exactly what they did for her and Selfie.
Yep.
Did you guys pull Selfie? Let's talk about Selfie before we talk about the fight, because she's supposed to be a legend moving forward.
Yeah, she is.
I don't know what she got. What'd she get? Yeah, buy that. What'd she get?
So I didn't pull Selfie because I already had her from her debut with Caius. And God, her rework. I think her drain got upgraded to deal full HP damage.
It already did that.
Pretty mind. Oh, it already did?
Yeah, so her actual rework is her HP plus is now 2 dumps, and her LD is now 3 dumps, and it increased like the brave gain on some of her stuff. And she got,
the main issue,
brave gains and stuff.
The main selling point is Rupture, like Samegi says, now has 2 turns added onto it, making it 6. But the big thing now is that it no longer decreases every time you do HP damage to the enemy. It is now treated as an actual debuff, so it only goes down on enemy turns, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, this character is dumb. Like,
yeah. So essentially, you're launching the enemy every single move for the entire fight.
No matter what.
In every fight.
This character is incredibly stupid. This is one of the most broken things they've released in a long time.
Yes.
It's absolutely bonkers. I had her for LD too. I don't think I ever used her.
I used her quite a bit, actually.
When her LD came, you used her in maybe one of the Transcendents. She was really good, right?
I used her in T6 Reckoning. You know, one of the hardest Lufania pluses that we ever got.
Same here.
I ran out.
I did too. Yeah, she was really good for one of the sides too, because it was for the right side, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I
Well,
ran her
the
a bunch.
orb was selling her. The orb was selling her because it was like 3 consecutive launches.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. It was the big giant guy, but you launched him, and she was I used her there. Were you gonna say something, Maggie?
Just like I said, I ran her in a lot of fights. I really enjoyed her last iteration. I thought it was a really fun sort of gimmick to have this like launch window that you had to try to optimize around and like timing things with your burst phase and making everything work together. I thought it was a really kind of cool, fun gimmick to play around. I think that this rework makes her kind of brain dead, which I don't like. I know it's been kind of a common theme with a lot of C90 upgrades, but with this character in particular, it just removed all the nuance from her kit. It's just she just launches.
She went from a Samegi character to a raw life
One,
character.
one of the
Use her a lot.
one of the things that even Excalibur pointed out, which further adds to Samegi saying that she's a brain dead character, is you can swap her out because realistically, all you need is the LD, and you can swap her out, and your party is still getting most of like the benefits. Like they're
Yeah.
launching every turn, and you can swap her for like a Garnet, and then Garnet is just like and your party still has the ability to launch them, and it's crazy. Like this character's stupid.
She's
Like, up
also
there with
just good as
Ramza.
the reverse of that too. She's good as a unit. Bring her in, get the debuff up, get her out of there.
Yeah. And the fight tonight, we'll talk about. Really did a great job, really, of highlighting
Of
everything she
showcasing
does now.
Selfie.
Yeah, she's a showcase. She's showcased in this, even though she's not the new LD. Charlotta is the new LD.
She is,
Charlotta.
but Selfie is so much better for this fight. Not that Charlotta's
Yeah.
bad, but Selfie
Mhm.
does so much for this fight.
Yeah, Charlotta, everybody loved her. She was a smash hit when she first came with her EX. She was the first one, I think, before Ignis could do it, to use everybody's Brave once without dumping it, which was pretty fucking cool. Who wants to tell what she got on her LD?
So she got a new overhead called Relic Staff, and every time she receives any type of battery or Brave gain, it'll increase the number above her head. It capped out at 3 times whatever her HP cap is, and she stores that Brave, and she has 2 different ways of using that Brave. One is she has 3 uses of a special AP plus every time she uses her LD, called Chuck Staff, which does not consume that Brave, dumps it on an enemy, and then does another dump. Or, when she uses her LD, it will get rid of all the Brave on her overhead, do big AoE damage. This is probably where you've seen like people posting screenshots of her doing 999, 9999 to both enemies. She can do that pretty easily now. Just dump 1,000,000 damage in 1 HP dump, which is kind of crazy.
Yep.
I saw it multiple times when I was using her last night. She just does a lot of damage, and she's got standard Brave gain up. She's got HP. She already got HP damage, but
I'd say her auras are pretty high up there.
Yeah,
she
her
has
auras are
pretty much
very
everything you would
competitive.
need, like HP damage, Brave gains, Brave damage. I think her attack stat is over 100% as well for the party, so it's really high.
Very strong auras, and she does a lot of damage. She's a very strong character, I would say. Are you going to use her over like Garnet or something? Probably not, if that's the type of characters you like to use. I really have enjoyed the couple times I've used her so far, but yeah, I don't. I think I also you can see I blued her because she's a favorite of mine. So
one thing to note, which also applies to Selfie as well, is that both these support characters have HP damage cap up armor.
that is true.
So they raise your team's caps higher just for having them on the team and you full investing them. I will say they definitely don't need to be like full investment to work. It's sort of like, oh, if you invest in them fully, they're amazing. Your team will feel amazing. If they're like low investment, like you just got their armor or you 0 out of 3 them, like they're fine.
Yeah, and probably moving forward, if you like challenge runs, maybe you don't. Obviously, like some of you said, are they gonna live up to your Ramza Garnet level expectations? Maybe not, but,
no, but who is?
But yeah, who is? And sometimes it's cool to use, you throw Charlotta in there in a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
I
Maybe
also
we'll
think
have
I think she's really fun too. Her gimmick's
Yeah, she
pretty
does have a
cool.
very fun, cool kit, and it's also unique, which is why I like using Charlotta. She feels unlike any other unit in the game, so I've always liked Charlotta for that.
Agreed.
But the main prize fight we have to talk about tonight. A lot of opinions floating around. Charlotta and Selfie came with a global exclusive, and it is interesting. You got the behemoth, you got the little metal cannon guy. So it's 2 targets. They each have their own unique orb. The orb for the Guardian is to be delayed, right?
It has 2 conditions. So it goes up on
2
taking
conditions,
either 850,000 HP damage or being delayed.
And it goes down on your turn. It goes down on their turns.
And on taking
the
any
Guardian.
brave damage at all.
Right.
Yes.
That's on both of them. So both of the orbs go down if they take any brave damage.
By
they
3,
wrote
which
it
is
out.
a lot.
Melee, range, or magic brave damage. Late last night, someone posted that in the TCC Discord, and I looked at it, and I sat there, and I was looking at it, and I said, I held my fingers out, and I was like, melee, range, magic. Melee, range, magic. I could not figure out what the 4th damage type is, and there's not one. There never has been. It's not. It's just brave damage. You can't do it.
I actually had a brain freeze as well because like I was in a VC with Cross, our friend at Historia Crux, and he was reading it out to me. And at first I was paying it no mind, right? I'm like, oh, whatever, right? And then he's like, oh yeah, it ticks down whenever you hit the target with melee, ranged, or magic brave damage. And I was like trying to process. I'm like, what?
I'm like, how am I supposed to hurt? How am I supposed to hit this guy?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Well, the secret is you don't do the brave damage. Use characters.
One thing I also wanted to mention, the Guardian's orb is not lethal, but the Behemoth's orb is lethal. That is a very important distinction.
Yeah, so the Guardian, its orb can pop, the Behemoth, it cannot. The Behemoth is a lethal orb, and it is probably the one you're going to want to focus down first, depending on the team comp. We'll talk about team comps and what we all brought, but it's an interesting fight. It is... it's very, very mechanic heavy. We've been getting a lot of fights that have no mechanics whatsoever, that just fall over. We just talked about one. We just showed you one where you could push it out as far as you want and just
does nothing.
Burn it down. Yeah, this is kind of the opposite. This fight, you really have to be paying attention, even if you bring synergy. We're going to touch on this while she's playing the fight, but it's very, very heavily synergy oriented. Even amongst the challenge runners and the skilled players of the community, you're not seeing a lot of units outside of Selfie, Charlotta, Ramza, main party. People are bringing Selfie as a friend, but pretty much without Selfie at all, friend are in the party. It's pretty much a challenge run within itself, and the reason is that the orb on the Behemoth is just so unforgiving. It's gonna pop. It goes down 3 every time it takes any brave damage. So if you have Garnet in your party, every 4th time her trap or whatever goes off, it's dropping the orb by 3. So it's kind of a hard nut to crack. It reminds me a little bit of the Quistis fight because Quistis was so required. You either had to have her, or not necessarily. Some people did some Cloud of Darkness shenanigans, but you pretty much had a Quistis or Quistis friend in that fight, and it's very similar here. I've seen some. If you're in chat, let us know if you ran anything that had no synergy and no synergy friend. I've seen like Ramza, Lena, and someone else. I've seen some things without synergy, but it's very heavily synergy biased. Blind Eye, who did you run if you've already done this fight?
I have. I took Synergy, unfortunately. I took Selfie, Jekt, and Ramza. And overall, this fight was amazing. The orb, I love everything about this fight. The orb is tight as hell. I have a feeling this fight was like a call out to Garnet because like I feel like everyone was like talking about how Garnet is so broken and whatnot, and this fight is like very anti Garnet because like you said before, every like 4 attacks she does, you actually get punished for it going off. It's like what?
Yeah.
Like obviously it affects other people like Core, right, and even Kane and Noctis, but Garnet, I feel like she definitely gets hurt by it.
People
Yeah, if
chat
you're
are
using
mentioning, by
Garnet,
the way, you guys didn't bring this up, but it does also require you to bring a unique weapon type character.
yeah, if you're struggling on the
Yeah.
fight really hard, obviously you can do it one run and not do that, and then the second time do it, and you'll get all the rewards or whatever. But if you're gonna do a one run to clear all the missions, you have to have a unique type, which further kind of further pushes the bias towards synergy,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with. I was in Discord today, kind of giving some of my gripes about this fight because I do have some gripes, but I think that it's healthy and normal to have to be able to point out the negatives of fights sometimes.
Yeah.
We are in such a horrible, horrible time as far as garbage time. Every fight does almost nothing. So to have this fight, I'm incredibly grateful that we got a global exclusive fight. It does a lot of shit. It's very hard, especially if you're not using synergy. My experience just seemed to be that synergy makes it very, very easy. Not very easy, but a player like me, one of the best players in the world.
Right.
I took
Yeah.
Ramza, Selfie, and Lena, no friend, and just cakewalked it. The difference in this fight, and some girl, I want you to say who you brought, and then you can do the fight now. But the difference in this fight, it is night and day. Selfie or no selfie. That's pretty much the line. It's if you have her in your team or as a friend, that's on one side of the line. The other side is no selfie, and that's the difficulty spike. Who'd you bring?
So I ran this fight twice actually. The first team is what I have on the screen here. I ran Charlotta, Lena, and Lizette, and it was kind of tricky actually, even with the featured character. Just not getting killed by the threshold warps and keeping the orb up. And then I tried to do a no BT, no synergy run. So I ran, this is the run that's on my YouTube as well. I ran Reigns, Lena, and Sync with a selfie friend.
I'm trying to just do something in chat. Mino is in our voice chat, which our chat just let us know. I had no idea. Who knows how long he's been there? Kind of terrifying. Mino probably not going to respond, but hello, Mino.
He joined midway, yeah.
Jesus Christ. How you doing, man? But what was your other team? This team, Sid,
Yeah.
Reigns, Lena.
Yeah, I
And,
put a link to it in the chat too if you want.
Okay.
Watch
So y'all
the
check
run.
that out. That's one of her runs. And right now, you want to do one with Selfie just to show off how incredibly good she is. At this
Sure.
fight.
Should I
And
do
whoever
double
else wants.
synergy? We do double synergy.
Yeah, do Charlotta and Selfie just so we can show like how
Alright.
their kits work, and then whoever you want for a third.
It would be a good
I
third
do
for
want to
this
say,
team.
outside synergy, I found Ramza to be like a pretty good key character because like his LD
Oh, yeah.
also delays and it also launches, so it enables you to hit 850k off of one of them. And if his BT
Right.
is active and you have his unique weapon, I believe it's at 3 out of 5 or higher. He actually does 850k damage on his LD alone to the other one.
Yeah, I've got a 5/5 sword, and he's been using that. And he's incredibly well suited for this fight. But overall, I think it's been overwhelmingly positive response in the community to the fight.
I wouldn't say that.
Some baddies, some baddies really hate it because they fucking blow. And I'm not sorry if you hate this fight because it's too hard. Fucking get good, nerd. But you know who you are. But
Damn.
it's very biased towards synergy, and that's my only problem with it. Is that like Quistis event, Sid Reigns event. I would like to have the angles of enjoyment. I don't forget who coined that term, whoever it was. Congratulations, thank you. But the angle, I think it was Bl'Art actually. The angles of enjoyment in this fight are a little bit tight. Like, can you do something without synergy? Yeah. Leviax, like I mentioned, he did Garnet Kuja and Zidane. They're all green, but still, just when she starts this fight, you'll see how incredibly tight this orb is. So that run right there with 3 greens is kind of phenomenal. There's ways to bring some creativity into the fight, but it is very very steep difference between synergy and no synergy. Maybe not quite as bad as the Quistis event, because I think the Quistis event was just like 99% had Quistis in some way. But it's okay to point out the things about the fight you don't like, while also enjoying it and being glad that we're not getting just a miserable fight that just fucking rolls over like all the other ones do. I like this fight. I enjoy it.
I like this fight a lot. I had a lot of fun with this, actually.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, and it's really good to think again, to have to,
actually play.
Even if you do bring a real strong team, you need to focus a little bit, because unless all your team doesn't use brave hits whatsoever, you're going to be ticking that orb on the behemoth pretty rapidly, and it's kind of crazy to see every time you hit it, off turn damage too, 3 orb ticks, and the max is 12.
Yeah.
So it's 12. That's 4 ticks of getting hit with brave. So it's a very cool mechanic wise. What do you guys think about the weapon requirements? This one was unique, but having a weapon requirement in each of the global exclusive fights is kind of a cool, to me, it's kind of a cool additional layer of depth. They're doing mechanics for us because Garbage Time has no mechanics.
Yeah, they gave no mechanics at all.
They throw us mechanics and an extra little layer of, you also have to bring one of these. And if you've been playing for a while, you're going to have, first it was Great Sword. Everyone has Great Sword user. And this time it's unique. So they're not out there with a random fight saying, you got to bring a whip. You must bring a whip to this fight. So I'm loving it. Blind Eye, what do you think about the fight overall? I know you said you liked it, but what do you think about having to bring a unique weapon type?
I think it's actually pretty cool, considering the fact that this cycle alone, we've gotten 4 unique weapons. We've gotten, well, actually, no, 3. We've gotten Anna Crow, and then now Selfie and Charlotta. And I feel like you don't necessarily need them, but obviously it's harder. But I've seen Anna Crow runs without Selfie and Charlotta, and they're doing it just fine. I think the team that I saw was Anna, Ramza, and I think it was Kais. And the guy said that Anna Crow easily devours the behemoth, and that was probably one of the cons that I have on this fight. The behemoth has an incredibly low HP, but considering the fact that the orb is tight, it makes sense, I guess, and it kills you.
I don't know, who should I bring as a third here? I'm struggling.
Charlotta, Selfie, just bring a big boohoo damage dealer. Bring
Zach.
Did you just call me Zach? Mino? Is Mino talking in the background? Who's the synergy? Zach?
It's just your imagination.
My name is Zach. I mean, most people know that, but scared the shit. It sounded like Mino was in my ear. It just was like, Zach, hey, shh. Yeah, bring Zach. That'll be great. Triple synergy. This is
sure. I don't know. I don't really know how to play Zach, but we'll make it work.
Just addressing chat real quick. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Some girl is saving the day, streaming from her computer because my computer exploded. It blew up into a fiery shrapnel ball, and I survived, but my computer doesn't work. So some girl's doing it. So you're not gonna be able to see me do this fight. I know it's sad. I would have smoked it, no problem.
Yeah.
But I think some girl may be able to beat it too. I don't know.
You think?
No, yeah, she may be able to run it.
Does Zach offer enough protection to actually survive the threshold warps without BT?
It does what?
Can I survive the threshold warps with just Zach?
That's a good question.
It's all Brave gains into HP, so
I
his
will
shield
say
won't
also
help.
during my repeated runs, I found Radio's call, LD call specifically, to be incredibly useful.
I use Warrior of Light Call in all my runs.
Yeah, that could work too.
Because the way I played it was I pushed both of the warp thresholds in summon phase. So just clear all the warps at once, and then have Warrior of Light call up, and then never do anything again.
Right.
Yeah, I brought Ramza, BT, War of Light call. So when they did get their turns, we just it didn't really matter. With this team, I guess you could bring in.
Just want to survive.
I don't know how to do it.
I don't want to die on stream. That'd be so embarrassing.
No, trust me, it's not. It's hilarious and awesome.
You'll be fine.
Mino's in chat, still not understanding. This is some girl playing. My computer has had a
I don't
small
care if
issue.
it's some girl playing. I know it's some girl playing. That doesn't
Nice.
change what I said.
Hey, Mino's here.
It doesn't change what I fucking said. You only have time for one run. You might as well, so Maggie has the goods to do a non-synergy run.
Yeah,
She's
it's on
put
my
up
YouTube.
several.
You can go watch it.
Yeah.
Linked in chat.
And
Yeah,
so,
so did I.
it'd be better to signal boost that instead of yet another selfie run.
We're teaching the people, Mino.
Do it on stream. Show
Alright.
them. Show them the synergy bias.
It's the
Of self.
it's the same run, but if you want to see it, I can do it.
I want to see it.
No, don't let Mino change our mind.
I wanna see it.
Mino's not the boss. Blind Eye is the boss.
What?
How did you survive their thresholds with this team? Just Warrior of Light call?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do this team.
This seems actually not that hard. So once I got a hang of everything, I do need a
Just
blue
mid-range
selfie
with
friend.
Cyan call.
Oh wait, no, I forgot to choose a friend. This runs over. Yeah, I bring Cyan Call to every fight. I don't know if other people have been doing this, but just makes the fight end
Feels
faster.
good. Feels good. If they have 18 million HP and you do a million with a call,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
shit. It's just 1/18th of the fight, fucking done up front. So
Yeah, plus,
yeah.
actually, I want to shout Cyan in this fight in particular because he has single target brave hits, but he does like 1,000,000 damage to each target. So
Right.
one of the orbs will go down by 1, the other one will go up by 2. So it's like kind of nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, who do we got? We got Soraya, we got Treevoid, we got Yoshi Pasta.
Does it have to be blue? Oh, you have some.
For this run, yes, it does actually.
Okay. See, I was gonna change mine to self
Because we barely get enough HP cap to push the orb on a couple of attacks while the friend's there. So yeah, shout out Soraya.
Shout out Soraya the Ranger, longtime friend of the show. We appreciate you.
It's actually the same selfie that's in my YouTube video.
Oh, this is cheating.
What do you mean this is cheating?
This is cheating.
Script.
Mino, why don't you be productive? Tell us what you think about this fight, man. Because I know you and me had kind of similar views on it. That
All right, so
we're like a
tier list released yesterday of all the talk show podcasts,
a tier list. We already touched on it. We already touched on it.
and
We had some words.
I
for you,
don't want to boost the competition, as they say in the business. Like,
We are not
why
doing
would
this, Mino.
why would
Mino,
I waste my A material here? I don't know.
We are not a podcast, okay? Hashtag. First off, Mino, do you know who came up with "It's a Podcast"? I hope Mark's not here because he may yell at me. Do you know who came up with "It's a Podcast"? Hashtag "It's a Podcast." Do you have any idea?
Yeah, it was Mark.
Anyway, TCC is a podcast. Check them out on Thursdays. If you are not a TCC fan already, and I highly doubt there's anybody in this chat right now that's not, check them out because you'll get to hear Mino's raw, unbridled response to Squeck's new global exclusive fight. So there you go. I propped you up a little bit.
Yeah, they're live on Twitch.
Sounds like we have a sober raw today. That's pretty rare. Seriously, like.
Oh, I've been
All
drinking. I've been drinking these Ahas. You guys ever heard of Ahas? It's like a seltzer water, but they have caffeine in them.
Okay.
You guys ever? I mean, I have a beer too, but then you do a beer and you do a seltzer water. I don't know. Maybe if in chat if you've ever had an Aha, let me know. Let me put some ahas in chat because they're real good. But the fight has begun.
Yeah.
Some girl, don't fuck it up, okay?
I might.
Do you
Pretty
need me to
funny if
help?
I did.
Like how you helped me?
Yeah, sure.
You help
What do I
me
do?
when
What
I'm
do I
the one
what do I press
streaming.
next, Raw?
Okay, so it's Sophie's turn. So you're gonna want to LD.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna
okay.
LD. Yeah, good.
Good strat. Good strat. Good strat.
And then when each guy comes up, HP attack with them. Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Now the trick is you once everyone's in the air, you press auto.
Yeah.
Then they attack faster.
And then Lena. Lena's great here. I use Lena with
Lena's
Ramza,
probably the best non-synergy or
yeah.
BT plus unit that you can bring.
Yeah.
Yes, she felt really good, not only with her support, but just LDing. And I don't think I knew this before doing this fight, and I've used her many times before. You can just stack all of her special HP pluses together. You can just do all the LDs, and then she'll have like all 8 or whatever of the transformed HP plus just pocketed, which is very cool. I like that. But she worked well with Ramza and obviously Selfie.
So yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to try to get this guy close to 50%. I'm going to summon, and we're going to try to push him past the 30% threshold so we only see one warp.
So the thresholds are at 49.29.
Yes.
Right?
And it's
at that
not
threshold,
too hard to clear the thresholds like that.
Whoa, you were here telling me earlier in the day that this run was way fucking harder than having, like, Charlotta in the team. What the fuck?
I mean, it was, because with Charlotte on the team, it wasn't very hard.
well, Charlotta's not doing brave hits unless you're doing her special HP plus,
Which
right?
you should be pressing a lot, because it's her most damaging
Big
button.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Reigns is really good here, actually, because he's got a lot of single target, like, brave hits and stuff. And his EX delays the one of them, so you can do like 1,000,000 damage to the behemoth and then delay the other guy at the same time, so that you'll take both orbs.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. It's very cool.
Oh, I fucked up.
How this fight pushes and pulls with you got to do 850k damage.
I
in
have
one
made a
turn.
mistake.
Oh dear.
Oh no, we're fine. Never mind. I didn't make a
You'll be
mistake. I'm a genius.
Maybe right. Yeah, never admit failure, ever. But it requires you to do 850 HP damage in
I
one
didn't
turn.
think that would push the
but-
threshold.
But you can't hit the brave. You can't use any brave. So obviously you got a battery, you got to launch, you got to do whatever. But oh look, you're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. We're gonna summon anyways. Fuck it.
Do the selfie debuffs just last the entire fight?
Yeah.
Nah, that's fucking... I hate it.
What do you mean you hate it?
I hate it!
Mino has been on a day-long... Go ahead,
The
Binder.
behemoth can shrug it off even quicker because he gets 3 turns in a row.
Yeah.
So that does tick it down, but overall, like it stays pretty much permanently throughout the whole fight.
She's got 6. It's 6 of their turns every time she LDs. So
And she has 4 uses, so 24 turns. So
If you don't-
24 enemy turns, like that's insanely hard to shrug down a debuff.
yeah. So but Mino's been on a quest all day. I've been watching. He's looking for the most difficult but doable angle for this fight, which is actually interesting. Which has got me very interested in the fight. So first off,
Right?
kudos, Squex. I mean, you guys can probably hear it in my voice how much more I care about this fight than I have for 2 months. This fight is great. I don't
If
love the
nothing
synergy
else,
angle.
We've
I don't
had
love the
so much
synergy.
more conversation
Oh yeah.
in these 24 hours than, like, for months, man. Like, this fight is more good than bad. Little overtuned for me. I wonder how it would be if, like, it ticked down -2 per brave attack rather than -3, so that you have a little more time to set up and everything. I'm waiting for Bl'Art to post his fucking video. He said he was gonna post it. He never posted it. He did the Garnet Machina Ramza. He got a clear on that when nobody else could. I want to see how he did it. But
No, he brought a friend. He got a friend selfie.
No, 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 no.
He brought Kate Sith in the party and brought a
Yeah,
friend.
and then replaced Garnet. Yeah. So
Oh.
because he proved the Garnet Ramza Machina. He doesn't have that video up. I really want to see how he did it because I was trying that at work. I couldn't get it to work. Like the setup was too much. I want to know how he got through the setup because it was like 3 BT pluses is 9 turns out of the 10. I mean 9 counts of the orb out of the 10. Then I burst, and then I'll either get slapped by the threshold or I don't know, just not have enough setup.
Well, the burst, a BT plus a finisher should do 850, so that would add and then also.
I don't know about that. I don't know about a raw finisher doing 850.
Well, I guess it depends on the greens you're bringing, but who did he bring? Machina. Machina's finisher is going to do 850 on turn 1 to the behemoth. But anyway, I know what you're talking about with if the orb was just a little bit slightly different, I think it would open up the opportunities to more of the roster being viable in the fight. Because when it's -3 on a brave hit and +2 for 850k, then you're doing a little less than treading water. Even every time you hit 850k in an attack, you're still losing ground. So I think if it kept the orb every time you hit 850k, just kept it even.
Right. That's why
that would open.
It would because you can't hit that every round. I mean, you can't hit that every turn, so it'll go down eventually. It just buys you a little more time for setup. I feel like it might have been better about that. This is a little tightly tuned for sure. Like I know people are getting some impressive shit through, but it's very, very, very rare, right? Like I'm looking for no selfie runs, and I think when I was discussing it, so Meggy said like she had a harder time doing selfie as a friend rather than Charlotte in the party or something like that.
Yeah,
but
maybe,
I'm really.
like I said, I did 2 runs this fight. I ran Charlotta, Lena, Lilizette, and I thought that was easier, I think, than this team, but they were both pretty tricky.
Yeah, no, like it's tough all around. But what I've been combing the TCC for, and again, I wish fucking Bl'Art was here because his run qualifies. I'm looking for like no synergy, no. Wait, what did he? Yeah, he did. No, he burned it pure green. I just wonder how tough that was. Some of these clears in here, I really want to watch the fucking video. Like
Leviax's clear, I have to see.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty
turns.
Amazing. Yeah.
I have no idea how he got it set up. Obviously, he BT plus on all 3 of their first turns to get Zidane, Kuja's up, then bursted. I think he had Sid Reigns on Garnet, obviously, so every single turn was launching. But still,
yeah, Leviax is crazy. What was it? There's a couple of really impressive ones in here. Like, let me see.
D-Win. I'm not
Crushed
sure.
Crushed did Lena, Amitatelli, and Ramza. Right? Like that's pretty. He did have a Zach.
Okay.
But I'm saying like I'm looking for like no Charlottas, no selfies. That seems the rarest right now. There you've also got like a. Let's see here. I'm trying to get one through myself. I'm trying to modify so Meggy's team a bit. I really think Enacro is the way to go to pump damage, but I'm trying to figure it out right now.
Enacro, Ramza, and Lena with no friend was D-Win.
D-Win put out some like crazy fucking shit. No XCal, I'm looking for like no selfies, no Charlottas, period. But if you can probably use greens, right? Like I think that should get you through. It just seems like greens without that is still very, very, very hard.
Yeah, and that's making it engaging. Like the fight is incredibly engaging.
I got a lot to say. You know what? I'll use the Lifestream as a QA testing platform, right? Like for the real thing.
We're so honored. We're so honored.
I get it, right? Like I feel like there's all these tough guys who are like, you know, like Munchkins quit recently. He did a retirement video. Did you watch that, Raw?
No.
Oh well, like
I think he's more of a JP player. I'm not sure. If not, I apologize. But
oh
I'm
yeah,
thinking-
but like
thinking
there's like some content creators like Joe and Munchkins that are like, oh yeah, the game's getting too easy and repetitive. Like yeah, I could, not use the top meta broken characters, but why would I, right? Like, and I really just like I don't like that attitude, but it's a very prevalent attitude where people are like, I should be able to use the most broken characters, and the game should still be a challenge. I feel like this fight is an answer to that. Like, I don't know. These people need to be like, hey, look, if you really want it to be difficult, even in full synergy, every fight would be like this, right? And I feel like a lot of the same people are complaining about how restrictive this fight is. Like, wait, I can't use Garnet, or Garnet's not a great pick or something. Like, this is what it would look like if every fight was still challenging, even if you had the most broken characters. Like, do these same people really want this? I really feel like this is not the way to go. This is pretty fucking restrictive. But can any of these people do this without selfie? Because just take away selfie, I think this fight is hard as shit.
No.
I actually I should have asked Meggy to do her Charlotta run, because I do want to demonstrate like what a difference it is even with Charlotta without selfie. Like
Yeah, the orb was tight. Orb was very tight.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Meggy's saying it's easy, but I'm saying like this looks far easier. There's no way Selfie Friend did not make this very comfortable. Like you already know the timings of the fight. There's no way.
Well, yeah, I
The
mean, I had to learn
non-
the fight though in order for
Well,
this to become
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Well, Mino, since you're here, I actually wanted to ask you: do you think this fight is a lot harder than the Cloudy with a chance of Squall, or you think this one was harder?
This one's way harder.
Yeah, way
You
harder.
kidding?
Not even close.
Yeah, I ran several teams through that Cloudy with a chance of Squall, and so did a bunch of others. This one, I have personally yet to crack the non-selfie code, non-Charlotta code. That's the challenge I'm putting to myself right now. To get a team through with no Charlotta or selfie in party or as a friend. I'm trying to find a team to do that right now. I haven't cracked it yet, but I'm working on it. And I just feel like just those two, just like a no synergy run period, feels really fucking difficult. Like
it's a breath of fresh air because every fight that's come along in the last months, other than the global exclusive fights, people in the community have been dying, trying to make it hard. I mean, crazy challenges.
Yes,
You
yes.
have to use this
You
kind
have
of weapon.
to
You
try,
can't use any of these
yeah.
characters. You can't use a character from last 2 months. You have to use 3 of these weapon types. Like all sorts of things, restrictions people are putting on each other and trying to make the fights hard, which is great. If that's engaging to you, that's amazing. But then you get a fight like this where, I mean, you
It's
can
just
make
hard.
just hard. Make it no selfie. Just no selfie period, and it's pretty engaging. Make it no selfie, no Charlotta. It's more engaging, and it's very nice. Like I said, Cross in chat saying people wanted hard fights. Yeah, people who wanted hard fights are happy. I'm happy. Me and Mino both think that it may be a little bit sharply
like I could
tuned for bias
do it.
for
Like
synergy.
for example, like I think I was talking to my my friend Faust. He was doing this, and like he's like I said, he's the guy who started Annie, and he's like, oh, I could pull selfie to beat this fight. It feels shitty, but I could do it, right? And I'm saying like I think that's most of the average player base, where it's basically like there was some talk about, is this synergy bias too much? And I'm like, there's been plenty of fights that have been just as biased as this. I still stand by Lightning EX plus Lightning BT debut, or was it EX plus debut? Whatever the Tyrant fight was, the
Yeah,
fucking
That was
like,
YT.
yeah, the deer that summoned the fucking sword. I still stand by that. Our data shows that, like, dude, you needed one of 3 fucking characters. It was either Raijin, Lightning, or I don't even know. But that was one of the most restrictive fights I've ever seen. This is less restrictive than that. And the Quistis fight is just as bad too. The only thing is, Quistis and Lightning are popular, so people didn't notice. It just feels like Selfie is slightly less popular, so the people who don't want to pull for Selfie are really fucking feeling this, and that's way more than the people who didn't want to pull Lightning or Quistis. But those fights were just as bad. We've had fights this bad or worse. People are only feeling it now because people are trying to like, oh, it's garbage time, I shouldn't have to spend resources, or oh, it's selfie, you know, like nobody likes selfie. Like I feel like this is just a wake up call to a lot of people who I don't know, man. Like a lot of people who are saying this fight's not bad, I really want you to try it without selfie. She carries this fight. I've seen so many stupid like people were saying, oh well, Ramza makes this fight a joke. Oh yeah, is that Ramza without selfie? I'm honestly fucking asking because he's ticking the orb down every time he fucking acts. He's not letting that stay. You without selfie, it's probably a completely different story. I don't think you people understand how much the orb ticks down and how hard it is to hit the 850k without selfie. Period. Just her. I mean, if it's not too much trouble, so Meggy, I'd say run your Charlotta team. I would love to see it in action. Like, I really feel like Charlotta in team is still a lot harder than
Yeah,
bringing
well,
in.
yeah. The big thing with Charlotta is that she has brave hits on her main button that she presses. Which
Yeah,
is HP plus.
right. Yeah.
So you're doing brave hits if you bring Charlotta. So that's what makes it tight. So
I
yeah,
mean,
this
technically
was
speaking, doesn't what Rizel did fit the bill? Mino, I posted what he did in the TCC Discord, the live stream Discord.
Oh,
Yeah,
let me
Zach.
see.
It's Zach, Noel.
Oh yeah,
Noel,
that fits the bill. That
Lloyd,
fits the bill. Yeah, that fits the
Ram's a
bill.
friend.
Why
That is
was
a
there
crazy
some
one.
contention about that?
Oh no, you were just saying that like it was hard, but there are options. Like we've
Yeah,
got
like-
No,
multiple unique
100%.
weapons.
There are options. I would be throwing way more of a fucking fit if there weren't
yeah right.
options. There are options, but for sure, you need to be pretty fucking good to do them. I really think. Like anyone who thinks you're tough shit, run this without selfie or Charlotta. But like Rizel's run, yeah, that's a good run. Like I think that's a pretty cool fucking run. I still haven't cracked it myself. I'm gonna work on it before the next event comes out. And like I said, there are people who are doing it, but they're very, very, very few. Very, very, very.
Yeah, I think personally,
Yeah,
like
agree.
would definitely was interested in those types of runs, but I just don't have that many good greens.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's perfectly fine. But I do want to see this run because I haven't had time to watch your video if you posted one, just to see the difference
It
between
was
like.
the only one that I recorded was the one that I just ran. So
Yeah.
let's see, I ran this team. I definitely died a couple times with this team, so
No worries.
that
Yeah,
might
dude,
happen.
Come on, are you seriously shy
Yeah,
on
no,
lying on stream?
I am not.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Did you used to watch my old streams?
No, I
Fucking
didn't.
rude. Whoa! Whoa!
Well, Mano, she wasn't here.
Yeah, I
at
didn't
that
start
time.
watching. Actually, I watched one. What is it? What did you? I think I watched you do the. Like, it was like Eldnarsh BT or something. And you died right at the end because you used a magic attack when HP silence wasn't up.
Yeah, that's
hell,
one
bro.
thing. That's one thing about this community that really grinds my gears.
Yeah,
I'm not the
right.
one playing right now, so I can really go in on this.
Go for it.
People die. People die when they play this
yeah.
game. Okay, you sit behind your little iPad, your mommy's iPad. And, oh, way to go, way to lose, you big idiot, you big dumb idiot. Yeah, you died 10 fucking times, but nobody watched you do it. That's the difference, clown. That's show business, baby. We do
That's
this
show
shit live.
business.
We learn the fights. I haven't run a fight until this fight. I haven't run a fight for the first time, not on stream, in months. I don't give a fuck. We die out here in these fucking streamer fights because that's how you learn. You don't learn by blowing a fight up.
Stomping. Yeah.
Yeah, you learn by dying. How are you gonna know what the fucking thing does
Yeah.
unless it kills you a couple times? So that goes out to all you little iPad hunt and peck typers with your little hate mail. With your little hate mail. You do it. You do it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
like, I
actually
think
wanted to say, like,
you-
for example, the run that I just did, like, it might have looked kind of easy. That's also because I knew exactly what happened at what thresholds, because I
Oh,
died
yeah,
to all of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, there are a lot of people who look up the fights beforehand. And I'm gonna call Raw out slightly because I know sometimes when he prepares for the stream, he's asking his co-host what the fight does because he doesn't want to quote unquote die on stream and reset a lot. So like he
When he
still goes in.
prepares for the
He
fight.
still goes in. He still goes in armed with all the knowledge. He's too scared to trial and error it on stream, but.
I
You
will
know,
make a
like,
YouTube compilation of all the times I've died on stream, and you tell me if I'm afraid to die on stream. You
all
got
right,
it.
okay,
It
do it.
builds
All right,
character.
okay, do it.
It builds character to die
Like
on
even
stream.
even the fight, like this fight where I took Jacked in, and I'm not gonna hide the fact that I took selfie, so Mino doesn't have to, freaking yell at me. But it literally costed me like about 6 or 7 retries just because the orb was incredibly tight because
Yeah.
it's jacked.
Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with using. That's another thing that we should address. There's nothing wrong with using selfie here. Selfie obviously is built for this fight. There's nothing wrong with using Charlotta, Ramza, Zach, whoever you want to use. Mino is talking about people who say, "Yeah, this fight was trash, easy, just another rollover." Still, like, and they use selfie. Okay, so if you use selfie and you think that it was a super easy fight, Mino is inviting you to. Okay, that's fine. Let's see you do it without selfie as a friend or in the party. Then see how hard it is. But if you use selfie, I use selfie. I'm the best player in the goddamn world. So.
Shadow Wilson, you're getting some good comments here. Shadow Wilson 09 says, "I'm on the side that limited events shouldn't be too difficult because it can shaft new players out of some of the most important rewards." I'm gonna call, I think BC calls this the straw man, the new player straw man, because if you're a new player, you can just pull the banner and win. Literally, we just talked about how easy this fight is if you bring the synergy characters. You could literally just pull synergy and destroy this. I don't see how new players are hampered at all. You start an account fucking yesterday, you get 1,000,000 gems, you spend less than 10% of that on the banner, and then you can stomp the shit out of this fight. No.
I think new players in general should just be pulling regardless anyway because they need to
They
develop
should
their
be
account.
pulling. Thank you, Blind Eye. New players should pull on everything for a while. That being said, I think a fight is only anti-new players if there's no banner available that they can pull and win with. If you can pull and win very, very easily on the featured banner, it's actually new player friendly. The only people they're fucking are the filthy hoarders who refuse to, dump their resources on a non-meta unit, right? Like, they're literally people asking in the discords, should I pull selfie to do this fight? I'm saving I'm saving gems for the FR era. Like, these are the worst types of people. So I call massive bullshit on limited events should be more new player friendly. This is new player friendly. You pull Charlotta or selfie, you're stomping like 70-80% of this fight.
Yeah, and the nature of a gacha is that if there's a tough fight that requires specific units are really anchored towards those units, they're going to be on the banner at the same time.
Yeah, they're going to be on the banner.
That's a part of the gacha. I also am just on a complete opposite train. Just because I'm a tryhard, I think that new players shouldn't be able to get the hardest stuff. I think that there should be every event should come with a upper level fight that's twice as hard that new players physically can't beat.
That's a good point. That's a good point too. That's a good point too. I'm using that to literally in 2 weeks in FF14, an ultimate raid is coming out. If you're saying the highest difficulty should be accessible by people who joined this month, Yoshi P is gonna go tell you to go fuck yourself, because like that's such an unrealistic expectation. Are you serious? Any self-respecting game that builds the ultimate difficulty end game and you're like, oh, this is unfair to new play, get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck? What other game says, hey, you started this month, you should be able to do everything? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Like, I feel like realistically, like, I don't know if you guys have played Xenoblade. Maybe Mino has, but I know, like, in Xenoblade 2, the first area, right, there's, like, a level 80 boss where, like, like, he'll like, F you up if you get in his way, but, like, realistically, you don't want to fuck with that thing. It's level 80 and you're, like, level 4 or 5, and...
Oh, it kind of sounds like the Tree Sentinel that is waiting at the entrance of Limgrave in the new, massively, wildly successful role-playing game, Elden Ring. I want to talk to you guys about a new video game called Elden Ring.
Never heard of it. Tell me more.
From Software's latest release is a open-world version of the critically acclaimed Soulsborne category of video games. Get good, type situation, but you can also just pull an Amen or a reality theorist and just grind yourself to levels that.
Look what you did. I bet you now you mentioning Elden Ring will result in reality theorists blogging about it in the comments. I guarantee
He is.
I guarantee you he's gonna fucking say something about Elden Ring is cool or somebody is maidenless at this point. That's literally all he does. I'm convinced he's a bot at this point. I don't think he's a real I think he's an Elden Ring bot that just spews out like cliched memes whenever Elden Ring is mentioned, and I'm pretty sure you just triggered that shit. And now I'm fucking mad.
But yeah, there's games aren't meant for you to pick up and immediately go to the hardest thing with the greatest reward and say, "Oh, I can do that." You shouldn't be able to. Gacha's business models kind of require that a little bit. Unfortunately, they want people to be able to get the good stuff.
They want you to pull, right? Like any
Yeah.
fight that discourages you from pulling is a badly designed gacha fight. And I just wanted to say, like, I know people will say, like, oh, this is pretty synergy biased, and I don't know how I'd feel if every fight was like this, but if I had to choose between garbage time and this, I choose this, right? Like,
Oh my God.
no question. Like, I feel like even if every fight became like this, and a lot of people quit because they were frustrated, the game would probably still end up earning more money over the month because the whales would stay and
Wales
pay.
would support it.
And
Yeah.
like and real talk, the hardcore communities have more chatter in them about this event than the last 3 months combined. Because like it's just engaging. So like you can frustrate the free to play people who are like, "Oh, if I started my account yesterday, I should be able to do this event." But first of all, you can, because you can easily get the gems to pull the whole banner. You can literally just run the featured banner and probably stomp this fight.
Yep.
So
Zach Charlotta selfie.
Yeah, I really think the only people complaining are the hoarders who just follow the meta flowcharts and don't want a fucking thing for themselves and be like, wait, the plans changed because of a GL exclusive event. These are the people who are really like fucked off. But like this is better than nothing.
It's been I think it's been a nice atmosphere the last 24 hours, and it's been kind of a good reminder of how fun this game can be. It's no secret we've lost a lot of players, we've lost a lot of content creators. Garbage time has been rough, man. It's hard to keep playing this game, and if you don't like it and you're not having fun, obviously no one wants you to keep playing. It's supposed to be fun. But this event is fun. All the problems I had with it's not really a lot of problems. Just it's very synergy focused. But all that being said, it's not even close, man. I would love for every event to be like this. It's engaging. It makes you think. If you want to bring a team that has no synergy, it's going to be really fucking hard. This is going to be a hard fight if you don't bring selfie at all. It's going to be a hard fight, and that's fun, and that's engaging, and it's good for the community. It's good for the players. It's good for the game. Unfortunately, the next.
Why is Behemoth doing so little damage? And I realize it's probably Lilith, isn't it?
It only has brave gains.
Really?
It doesn't have any brave hits at all.
This is still kind of dangerous. I feel like this is a harder run than the selfie run. You said the selfie friend one was hard.
I said it was harder to figure out how to what to bring. Like here, I just picked 3 units that I liked and threw them together, and it worked.
Wait, the Behemoth doesn't do any brave hits on any of its 3
no
attacks?
brave hits whatsoever.
It's all brave gains.
All brave gains.
Holy shit!
It's thematic.
Oh, there was a character that seals brave gains, or it was RCL.
Yeah, RCL does. You can steal 50% of dodge. He's a unique
lot.
weapon type.
Who else? There's several. There's
Cypher.
a lot of
Any brave freeze would technically work.
They are immune to brave freeze.
Yeah, it's immune to brave freeze.
Pain also cuts brave gains.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cypher's Scar of Tomorrow or whatever.
Did Yuffie?
She knows brave gains on her EX.
Yeah. Well, it's.
Oh, that's the other thing, right? The other amazing thing about this fight is 2 different bosses. I've been begging for this shit for years. Like, why do they keep putting 2 duplicate bosses together? Like, 2 different bosses is so much more interesting.
Oh, it's
Please
amazing.
keep
And
doing
then
this.
the good thing too, Mino, is 2 separate orbs too. Like it was amazing.
2 separate
Yeah.
orbs, 2 separate mechanics, 2 separate move sets. It's such an easy artificial way to increase battle mechanics. Is even if you have two enemies that aren't that hard or aren't that interesting on their own, just having them both there on the field at the same time just artificially increases the enjoyment of the fight or the engagement of the fight instantly, because you have to pay attention to who's about to go, how many turns until B goes, how many turns till A goes, and they're not going to be doing the same things on their turn. Like we've said 10 times now, so many positives about this fight vastly outweigh the negatives. But that's something that moving forward would be really cool to see on more.
Yeah, like I said, I think if they just made the Brave hits a -2 instead of a -3, they might have hit the perfect. Little, slightly overtuned, but like I said, I'm not gonna complain. Better this than nothing. So much. If I had to choose between this and more garbage time, this is so much better. Please, this is
Fucking Indolent Lard just jumped in immediately with the fucking vicious roast. Hello, I assume this is Somegi playing the game. Why? Why would
you don't have
What?
Lilith built or her
Yeah.
costume.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. If
what
that's
did you
the
think?
reason,
This
if
was
it wasn't,
thank you, so Maggie. This was actually a pleasure to watch. I feel like this was way more fun to watch than the selfie run.
Yeah, this is more fun to play too. I like.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
Like I insanely despise selfie for this run, and I got a non-selfie run, but I used Charlotta, so I'm going back to the drawing board. Charlotta is still very strong for this, but selfie is too strong for this because that
Selfie's
debuff
ridiculous.
lasts. Like you
Yeah.
pull out a selfie friend, and that debuff is there for the whole fucking just having infinite launch.
Yeah, it's
Reduce
dumb.
having infinite launch is just but this was good to watch. So I mean, like, I'm still gonna go to the I want to interrogate Bl'Art. I'm waiting for that fucking video how he did Garnet Rom's
listen, man, he's
Machina.
got a
that's really-
fucking. He's on paternity leave. He's got his
Yeah, I know. All he's doing
fatherly
is
duties.
sitting there thinking about defo strats. Like when the baby's, he's got literally nothing.
He's like
else to
rocking
do.
his baby.
Yeah,
and then, like, no, thinking about-
Literally nothing else to do. He's just thinking about defo strats, fucking making clowns of us all. We were all sitting in that server being like, how do you make Ramza Garnet Machina work? And then he just did it. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, like I said,
Mark,
I like
I got-
this team a lot. Oh, god damn it!
What happened?
It keeps fucking up my artifacts whenever I move my
Oh,
ultimate
oh.
weapons. It's really annoying.
Yeah, Mark, I did want to point this out. I listened to TCC on Thursday night, and then when I fell asleep, like I always do, I play it on Fridays when I'm working. It's my weekly religious experience. And Mark is in chat talking about how babies are easy. A little off subject, but Mark, I heard you say that on the TCC Thursday, and when I had babies, it was the hardest, most insane, horrible thing ever. They scream all the time, they shit all over themselves, and they're just, it is nonstop. When they're older, I probably shouldn't say this, but you just throw them in front of the TV and just leave them for days, and they're fine.
That explains a lot. I was wondering how you're able to play Elden Ring
Explains
so
a
much
lot
in a
of
week.
affairs
But
there, huh?
yeah,
I'm
like,
kidding. I'm kidding.
no, you're
what's,
not. No, why are you lying?
What's coming up?
Are you
What's
lying?
coming up? What's coming up before we?
We
before
have
leave?
coming up this week. We have
Yeah, we got something.
tier 8 coming this
T8.
week
Yeah.
with Laguna LDBT.
Oh, Tier 8 Transcendence is
Wait,
coming.
wait,
Surely
wait,
that
isn't
won't be
that
a pushover.
Isn't that tomorrow? No, it's Wednesday, I believe,
it's
right?
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah, Wednesday.
So we've got only one event from now till next live stream is Transcendence.
Yep.
Is it hard? Any
Nope.
JP players want to speak up? Is it a pushover?
Yep.
Great. So we will
Back
be
to
thinking
garbage
about
time.
this.
Honestly, we've had
They
like
keep
what,
doing
at
this
least,
to us though.
2 to 3 GL exclusive fights this month. I'm a little grateful.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
a
I-
very
grateful. We've
But
got
it-
at least 2 fights that were kind of engaging this month. I don't know if the last Cloudy will have a Lufania Plus because the
no,
second one
it's
only
tied
had
to
co-op.
Transcendence.
Yeah. So like I'm a little grateful that we got 2. Like I think that's what I asked for during anniversary. I was like, if you could give us like 1 to 2 GL exclusive fights a month, that'll tide me over through garbage time. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna complain. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
complain.
It's kind of hard getting back into once you get hit in the face with reality of how the fights are going to keep being. But every time, I have to give Squex their plaudits. Every time that we get a global exclusive for the last, the entirety of garbage time. And you guys remember what the fuck was that thing called? It was my favorite event in the history of Depot. The
Crevasse?
Crevasse. You remember how fucking ridiculous that was? How
Why the
fun
hell
and
say
engaging
it,
that was?
buddy?
I
It's
replayed-
crevasse. Use a dictionary. I'm so fucking upset.
I replayed like so many Lufenias and Lufenia pluses because I was like super nerding through it. It's like, you know what, Zidane is can get through this, and then it's like, oh man, but now I got to use Zidane in another one, so now I got to freaking take him out, put someone else in, and see if it works. And it was a lot of mid match.
But Crevasse, Equinox events, all these global events. It's like the devs are hearing us and understanding our frustration, and every chance that they get, I mean, think about it. Every chance they get, they make good. This fight's not perfect by any means. None of the fights have been absolutely perfect, but it's almost like every chance they get to make good, they do so. They give us something that's at least engaging, that's at least filled with mechanics, that's fun, and
Oh,
I think it's awesome.
yeah, something I want to mention too about these global exclusive fights that I've always been really impressed by is they really do such interesting things with the orbs. Like, most of the normal fights, the orbs are just kind of there. They don't do much. But, like,
Yeah.
I've had so many of these global fights where they really get creative with,
Irvine's,
like, integrating
Irv-
the orb as a mechanic into the fight and having it do interesting things, which feels really fun to play. And I wish that more of the Lufenia era had orbs that were, like, so engaging and interactive as opposed to just like, oh, it's a thunder orb, bring a thunder enchanter.
Yeah, Irvine's
Yeah.
orb in less than 2 weeks is do range damage.
it's like-
+4, dog. +4 for range damage.
It's like, just bring a range character, like that's the entire orb. Like, whereas like I love these fights where they're like, you have to like think about every move because you have to like, okay, how does it interact with the orb? Like, can I afford to, like I want to throw up my Warrior of Light call. Should I attack A or B? Which orb is safer? Which one am I more worried about? Like, I should kill the behemoth first because it's got the lethal orb, and I
Exactly.
wish that more orbs felt like this because they felt awesome.
Just
What
the
do you-
pure fact of one of them being lethal is a huge step up.
Yeah, just one of them being lethal and the other not. Like, that opened up a lot of strategies. I really want to fucking play with that because someone was saying just do splash damage on the Guardian. I kind of want to see if that kind of works.
I was actually juggling between that, doing like Jack slashes, since like, obviously Jack for this fight is very like anti-orb. Like the orb
Yeah.
is gonna go off with Jack because of his like frequent turns. And I was in like situations where I'm like, you know what, if I Jack slash robot, I can get some free damage off of Behemoth without the orb going down, because obviously the orb kills you if the Behemoth orb goes off. And yeah, it was just like min-maxing.
Yeah, Tree Void posted. He just posted a run during this episode. What was
Oh.
it? It's Reigns, Ramza, and Amita Yeah, and he
Yeah.
said he was very close, but he had to pop the BT at the end. But he really thinks this fight can be done with no BT, no Charlotta, no selfie. I think so. Meggy was the only person on my side when I was pitching that idea.
Oh, it's
earlier in
definitely possible.
TCC. Yeah. So Meggy's like, I think this is possible, but everyone else is like, no, can't do it without selfie and Charlotta. And so, like, honestly, I was really tempted to try to temporarily bring back the TC challenge, just because, as usual, I wanted to encourage people I want to see these big ass. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I don't think I'm skilled enough, but I really want to see if no BT, no friend, no Lotta, no selfie is possible. And it looks like some people have already done that. Hell, that's the extreme. I really feel like BT should be okay. BT should
yeah.
be allowed for the regular.
No Charlotta, no selfie, no friend
Yeah,
alone is an incredibly hard.
Yeah,
I
like
can
it's
count- I
already
think
an
I can
incredible
count-
challenge. It's already no law. Yeah. That's an incredible challenge.
Yeah, if you want to challenge yourself, anyone, try to do this fight with no selfie, no Charlotta, no synergy, I guess, and no friend. Just that alone is tough. It's been done multiple times already, of course, but like Mino is saying, taking it a step further and not using a BT, some huge brain is going to get there.
I really want to see. I really want to see if anyone cracks this beyond my skill for sure. But like I'm still trying to crack no Lotta, no selfie, no friend, but no BT. That's too big brained. I wonder if so Meggy and Treevoid will really try it. Treevoid's saying he's still trying to crack it. He's just taking a break because he's already been doing this for 5 hours. So I want to fucking.
And it feels good to want to do it. It feels
I
good
know,
to
right?
want to run a fight.
Yeah, it feels good to want to run a fight more than once.
I'm
yeah,
gonna do this
like-
fight again.
Like this Reigns team that I ran, I ran the fight last night with Charlotta. I was like, had fun with it. Then I was in the shower this morning. I was like, man, I bet you with Reigns I could probably pull this off. And I was like, this fight stuck with me. I was thinking about it like
Outside of the game. That's cool. That is fucking.
that hasn't
cool.
happened with any fight in a damn long time in this game.
Yeah, it's almost a feeling of nostalgia because we've been beaten down. So I mean, it's been a while now, man. And
a lot of people need
a
lot of people also need a
nostalgia.
reality check after so many months of garbage time. They really, really do. And like, look, BC's the villain here. He's the heel, right? Because I don't know if you've seen, but people have literally been calling him out in their comments and telling them they've unsubscribed from him because he keeps saying, I can't wait till Shinryu comes, so all the people who got soft from garbage time will struggle with the game again. That's what he said in his like Enna Crow video, and like somebody called him out and said like you're a fucking bully, and I'm unsubbing from you and shit like that. But every video, BC's like, I can't fucking wait for all these people to get a wake up call when Shinryu comes. They think it's gonna be so fucking easy, but like so many people, as we've seen in these Reddit threads and stuff, like they'll be like, oh yeah, like force time's easy because I run like this Cam Kane, etc. The same thing every fight, and then BC will be like, try not using that. And they'll be like, why would I do that? Then it's like a million-hour fight and it's too hard, right? So like a lot of people are forgetting how to play the fucking game when the meta shifts, and it will. They keep saying they're planning things to go differently in the near future. They're like level 100 is our chance to rebalance. They're like force boards are coming in June, and that's going to change how they work. Like it's not going to be coast on one team for months forever. The game will balance itself out. So like maybe it's time for a TCC challenge to come back to see if people really can talk that shit still. I'm really interested in it.
Yeah, and go ahead, some girl.
Oh, I enjoyed with this fight in particular, like the two teams that I ran. It was fun feeling like I got to play different styles of team. Because I feel like it's really easy to kind of run like this, basically the same thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna run like a rush down team every single time, and I don't know how to play other styles of gameplay, and I think it's fun to like experiment in. Like I've never really done like a Reigns just rush down the boss as fast as possible kind of team before, because I never really used Reigns when he came out. It was fun to like get to play something different and feel like I had a reason to try it.
Yeah, right?
It's very good and it's very engaging, and it harkens back to the days of old where we were actually every single event that would come up would be not quite this good, but it would be engaging, and this is how good this game can be. There's a reason we care about this game so much.
Yeah.
There's a reason we do a show about the game. There's a reason that we are in this community, and all of us care about this game, and this is a great microcosm of that. This is how good it can be, and so hold on. Next week is gonna be tough with Irvine. T8 whatever. Like it's gonna be rough
The
again.
T8 orb, I remember it's a huge fucking joke. Let me look
There's
it
some
up.
like I thought you like have to
And then I
pop the
think-
orb on T8 or something. It's like something weird like that.
And then Thancred, I believe, is like a poison orb as well, like a poison sap orb, not even like a poison HP damage orb. It's just like poison.
That's
sap.
because Thancred doesn't have HP poison.
Yeah, I know.
Worst unit of the month. Thank
And
you.
it's been a pretty
Easily.
shitty month all around, but
Yeah. Well, we'll be back next week, and we'll go over Probably not as engaging a fight, but you know, we'll be here. Blind Eye, you have anything to say to the people?
Guess have a good night, everybody.
Mino, you're the special guest. You have anything to say?
Yeah. I just wanted to add in one more thing is that I don't have a problem. Some people do. I don't have a problem with how synergy biased events can be. I feel like that's the perfect balance, right? Like it's very easy to make it challenging, but if you don't want to make it challenging, just pull, and you win. That I feel like that's just like good gacha design, right? Like as much as I hate to say it, gacha's evil and shit, but if pulling and spending gets you the easy way out, and then not doing that is much more difficult, that's probably just better game design than like 6 months of garbage time. So like, while I know people are upset that there are some fights where you have to, oh my god, pull selfie, right? Like, I don't think I mind it, right? Unpopular opinion. The rest of the game could go this way. That's actually how most gachas run.
Right, you're not good enough to do it without them. The answer's right here.
Yeah, it's
If
like
you have
spend
to take
money.
it-
It's spend money, or like you want to play this game for free. You better be good. But if you can't, spend a little money and get the easy way through, right? Like it's what Candy Crush has been doing this on a bigger level forever, right? Like, are you good enough to make the turn count? If not, just spend $1. We give you 5 more turns, man. Like, come on, like that's all it is.
Yeah, just pay $1 to remove the use special weapon type characters requirement.
Yeah, I know, right?
change that to take less than 10 million HP, and you're good. HP damage. Some girl.
I mean, I definitely agree with Mino there. I actually don't mind how synergy biased this fight is. I think this was a really enjoyable fight, and I would like to see more fights like this. Fun mechanics. Love the struggle with the orb. This is, to me, not a perfect fight, but the best fight we've had in a long time. I think I might like this more than the other cloudy fight. Maybe that's a controversial opinion.
No,
What was the other
I
one?
think
What was
the other one was the Rafflesias where
Yeah,
you had to
that was
delay them to
good.
take the. Yeah, that was good.
that was a good
But-
fight
It's
too.
good too,
But
man.
like this fight is a perfect example of this fight has low HP, 18 mil each.
Yeah.
Right. We've had fights that have already been 20
Oh.
mil each over, and like it's 18 mil each, but it still felt very difficult. It's still insanely difficult to burn them, and I think it's really cool that they make orbs that are more player side, right? Like when the player does things, the orb goes down. That I think is better design. This also falls in line with a lot of people who are bitching about like, oh, I don't want Lufania fights to take 20 minutes for me to
That's
find
what I
out I
was gonna
can't
say.
do it. This will kill you right away if you can't do it. And like that's the best design, right? Like I didn't feel the low HP this time, so I don't think HP is a problem. Just make the mechanics harder, and then also, as Somegi was gonna say, this shows you very early you can't do it. Right?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, because I've been seeing people talk recently about how they'd like to see like shorter fights, and there's a question of like, how can we make a short fight difficult, given the way this game works? And I think this right here is exactly how you pull that off, where the orb is very difficult, but if you can manage the orb for even like I said, I actually looked at the call to arms for this earlier because I was curious. There was one run that was over 30 turns on the entire call to arms. This is a short fight, which is, I think, a good thing. I like this style. Like, it's a short burst of high difficulty, and that's a really fun type of fight that's pretty different from what we've seen before.
Yeah, it's who was the team that took 30 turns? Probably Zach and somebody.
Well, there was a 44 turn run, but it was that was one of the non-Novitino synergy in the party with Amitatellian, Lena, and Porum.
Yo,
Oh
who
my
did
God,
that?
Amy the Telly?
Who
That was
did
that was
that?
ZK.
ZK. Oh, shout
Yeah.
out ZK in the TCC Discord today.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
everything else was like, I think there was like
Crazy
a
run.
35 turns. My run was 31 turns, and everything else was under 30.
Wait, what's the turn limit? What's the
60.
turn count? No fucking way.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not hitting
no one's
60.
ever gonna. Yeah, no one's hitting 60.
No one can survive 60 turns with that orb. It's not
Oh
possible.
yeah, no, they'll kill you. They'll kill you before 60.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, overall, we've kind of all touched on this, and we all mostly agree. This feels great to be engaged again and to be looking at the call to arms and be looking at other clears. I have not looked in the TCC thread at other people's clears. I mean, other than the global exclusive fights, Rafflesia, whatever, in months. I just don't care. It's just you bring whoever the fuck you want and it rolls over. So I think
Same
we,
here.
I do think I do
Yeah.
want to. I'm not being the devil's advocate. I do want to say it may be a little bit that we are in such a bad time in the game that this fight comes at a time where it's like, holy shit, this is the best fight ever. Trevoid said it in chat. It's his favorite fight ever. I think he's kind of newer. Someone correct Trevoid if you're
Yeah,
still
I
here,
think
let
he's
me know. I
newer,
think
like a year or two in out of 4.
So he's relatively new, but it's his favorite fight ever. And I love this fight. I've said it over and over. It's great. Makes me honestly, it has revitalized me. It has made me care about the game again more than I
Same.
have in months.
Grats
But,
Cross. I knew when we issued the challenge, a lot of people were starting to pour in, so I really want to make this an official TCC challenge.
What did
Listening
Cross
in,
do? What did Cross
no Ramza Lena, no friend.
Nice.
No Ramza Lena, no friend. Shout out Cross13. He'll be on the Historia Crux tomorrow. YouTube. Check him out every Tuesday. And you just came on and mentioned like what you were looking for, and we've got 2 answers here. And
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
really
another
excited to
thing.
see what the big brains pull out. Like,
That's
like
another thing.
I know this fight is not as restrictive as we think. This is probably just that JP take where, if we played JP and had no foresight and the event drops and we're like, oh, this fight is impossible without this. Give it like 24 hours and then people start experimenting and, figuring the fight out, right? So like don't jump to conclusions because you didn't crack it in the first hour. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of solutions to this.
Yeah,
Historia
for sure.
Crux is on Twitch now, by the way, instead of YouTube. Thanks, Cross.
What the fuck?
But it's on Twitch now, not doing YouTube anymore. But that's another great point about. I know we're gonna get out of here pretty soon, but seeing the community thrive again is really nice. Like Mina was just saying, it's been a while since we've had an egg to crack, or nut to crack, and been like, who's gonna do something cool and creative and original and figure out how to crack this nut without these pieces, because that's one of the coolest parts about being in this community. We don't just play this game, turn it off, and play it the next time there's an event. We're in community, we're involved, we're talking, we're making friends, we're learning, and when that part of the community is just dead, and let's be real, guys, it's been that way. Garbage time has done that to us. You don't care about what other people are running it because it doesn't much matter. But seeing that part of the community today has been really uplifting. Like who did this? Like DK did, or Dwin did this, and Trevoid did this, and Cross and Leviax did this. Like that is one of the cool things about this game that makes it ascends above other games that you play or that I play personally, because you're not involved in the community. It's cool to see the community rally and come up with other ways to figure out a problem. And so take heart from this fight, everyone, because this is what it's about. This is why we do this and why we enjoy this game, and it'll happen again. May not be for a while. It may be a while, but this is how good it can be. So enjoy this while it lasts. And those are my final thoughts. Anybody else got anything else to say? We'll be back Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I think I'm good.
All right.
You said it beautifully. I'm gonna steal some
Same
of that.
here.
Like the whole point of like high difficulty means greater community engagement, because you're right. We're all chatting. We're all very interested to see what's possible. We're all pushing each other to interact with the fucking game.
And they gave it to us, and that's the best part of this game for me personally.
Oh yeah,
but,
for sure.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll be back next Monday. T7, T8, whatever the fuck it is.
You might forget that T7 happened because it was so trivial, but
T6 was horrible. T7 was easy. All right. Wait, I went to go turn it off, and I'm not even streaming.
All right.
It's all right. See you guys.
Have a good night,
All right,
everybody.
thanks,
Thanks for
guys.
joining
Thanks.
us.